Hello, my name is Jason Caballero, and I'm an HSC rep. And today I'm going to be talking about workplace safety and health and go into detail on the code 33 CFR Part 142 and the subparts included, which is A, B, and C. So, like I said, 33 CFR Part 142 has three subparts, A, B, and C, and they focus on workplace safety and health. So, we'll start off with subpart A, general. The purpose, this section aims to enhance workplace safety and health by setting requirements for personnel, workplace activities and conditions, and equipment on the outer continental shelf. Duties of lessees, permittees, and persons responsible for actual operations. Lease or permit holders on the outer continental shelf must maintain workplaces free from recognized hazards and in compliance with safety regulations. Similarly, individuals responsible for operations, including owners, operators, and contractors, must ensure their activities meet these standards. Recognized hazards refer to conditions known within the industry to pose serious risks that are typically managed. Reports of unsafe working conditions. Anyone can report hazardous conditions or regulatory violations related to the outer continental shelf. Activities to the officer in charge, marine inspection. Following a review and investigation, the officer informs the owner or operator of any issues and takes appropriate enforcement actions. The identity of the reporter remains confidential unless they grant permission or disclosure is required for official duties. Subpart B, personal protective equipment or PPE. Purpose and applicability. This subpart outlines the requirements for personal protection on the OCS facilities. Use of the equipment. Lease or permit holders must ensure that all personnel required to use personal protective equipment (PPE) wear it while within the lease or permit area. Those responsible for operations must ensure that all personnel properly use the specified PPE during their work. Eye and face protection. Personnel involved in welding, grinding, machining, chipping, handling hazardous materials, or acetylene burning or cutting must wear the appropriate eye and face protection as specified in ANSI Z87.1 Figure 8. Eye and face protectors must be kept in good condition. Head protection. Personnel in areas with falling object hazards or electrical conductor contact hazards must wear a head protector that meets the Z87 code specifications for the specific hazard. Each head protector must be clearly marked with the required information according to the Z87. Foot protection. Personnel working areas or performing activities with a risk of foot injury must wear footwear that meets the Z87 or Z41 specifications, unless environmental conditions pose a greater hazard than the footwear can protect against. Each pair of footwear must be labeled with the required information according to the Z41. Protective clothing. Personnel in areas with flying particles, molten metal, radiant energy, heavy dust, or hazardous materials must wear clothing and gloves that protect against specific hazards present. Respiratory protection. Personnel in an atmosphere requiring respiratory protection as specified by Z88 must wear the appropriate respiratory equipment for that environment. Before entering such an atmosphere, designated personnel must ensure that individuals follow proper selection, fit testing procedures, and receive training on the use of the potential harmful effects of exposure with all equipment being approved, used, and maintained per the Z88 standards. Safety belts and lifelines. Personnel engaged in activities with a fall hazard of 10 feet or more must wear a safety belt or harness secured by a lanyard or to a lifeline, drop line, or fixed anchorage except when moving between locations. All safety belts, harnesses, lanyards, lifelines, and drop lines must comply with the A10 specifications. Personal flotation devices. Personnel working in areas where they could fall into water must wear a work vest or life preserver that meets the specified regulations, unless they are using the safety belts and lifelines required by the code 142.42. Eyewash equipment. Eyewash equipment for emergency use must be readily available near the drill floor, mud rooms, and all other areas where eye injuries are likely. Subpart C, general workplace conditions. Purpose and actability. This subpart outlines the requirements for general working conditions on OCS facilities. Housekeeping. All work surfaces, ramps, stairways, and walkways must be kept clear of unused tools, materials, and equipment, and properly cleaned of any substance that could cause slipping or tripping hazards. During activities like pulling wet drill pipe, footwear, and flooring that reduce slipping may be used instead of keeping the drill floor free of drilling mud. Guarding and deck openings. Openings in decks that are accessible to personnel must be covered, guarded, or otherwise made inaccessible when not in use, in a way that prevents a person's foot or body from accidentally passing through the opening. Lockout tagout. Equipment powered by an external source must be locked out, disconnected, or deactivated during maintenance unless the work requires it to remain active. If the equipment has a lockout device, it must be used unless activation is essential. Tags must be placed at the power source and control panel, warning against reactivation, and may only be removed with proper authorization.